Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimakong.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Chapter 15, Section 4 of the picture of Dorian Gray.
As.
Ah.
The picture of Dorian Gray. Oscar Wilde. Chapter 15, Section 4. An eternity. She tells me, I believe, according to the peerage, it is 10 years. But 10 years with Monmouth must have been like eternity, with time thrown in. Well, the Willoughbys, Lord Rugby and his wife, our hostess, Geoffrey Costin, the usual set. I like him, said Lord Henry. A great many people don't. But I find him charming. He atones for being occasionally somewhat overdressed by being always absolutely overeducated. I don't know if he will be able to come. Harry. Ah. What innocent people's people are. Try and make him come. By the way, Dorian, you were in a furry early last night. You left before 11. What did you do afterwards? Dorian glanced at him hurriedly and frowned. Well, Harry, he said at last. Yes, he answered. Then he bit his lip. No, I don't mean that. I didn't go to the club. I worked a bit. I forget what I did. How inquisitive you are. Harry, you always want to know what one has been doing. I always want to forget what I have been doing. I came in at 2:30. If you wish to know the exact time, I had left my latchkey at home, and my servant had to let me in. If you want any corroborative evidence on the subject. Lord Henry shrugged his shoulders. My dear fellow, as if I cared. Let us go up to the drawing room. No, Sherry. Thank you. Wiste. Chapman. Something has happened to you. Dorian. Tell me what it is. Don't mind me. Harry. I'm irritable and out of temper. I shall come round and see you tomorrow. Or next day. Make my excuses to Lady Narborough. I shall go upstairs. I shall go home. All right. Dorian. I dare say I shall see you tomorrow at tea time. I will try to be there. Harry, he said, leaving the room. As he drove back to his own house, he was conscious that the sense of terror he thought he had strangled had come back to him. Lord Henry's casual questioning had made him lose his nerve for the moment, and he wanted his nerve still. Things that were dangerous had to be destroyed. He winced. He hated the idea of even touching them. Yet it had to be done. He realised that. And when he had locked the door of his library, he opened the secret press into which he had thrust Basil Howard's coat and big. A huge fire was blazing. He pulled another log on it. The smell of the singeing clothes and burning leather was horrible. It took him 3/4 of an hour to consume everything. At the end he felt faint and sick. And having lit some Algerian pastils in a pierced copper brazier, he bathed his hands and forehead with a cool musk-scented vinegar. Suddenly he started. His eyes grew strangely bright, and he gnawed nervously at his underlip. Between two of the windows stood a large 4-in-10 cabinet, made out of ebony and inlaid with ivory and blue poppies. He watched it as though it were a thing that could fascinate and make afraid, as though it held something that he longed for and yet almost loathed. His breath quickened. A mad craving came over him. He lit a cigarette and then threw it away. His eyelids drooped till the long fringed lashes almost touched his cheek. But he still watched the cabinet. At last he got up from the sofa on which he had been lying, went over to it, and having unlocked it, touched some hidden spring. A triangular drawer passed slowly out. His fingers moved instinctively towards it, dipped in, and closed on something. It was a small Chinese box of black and gold lacquer, elaborately wrought, the sides patterned with curved waves, and the silken cord hung with round crystals and tasseled in plated metal threads. He opened it. Inside was a green paste, waxy and luster, the odor curiously heavy and persistent. He hesitated for some moments, with a strangely immobile smile upon his face. Then, shivering, the atmosphere of the room was terribly hot. He drew himself up and glanced at the clock. It was 20 minutes to 12. He put the box back, shutting the cabinet doors as he did so, and went into his bedroom. As midnight was striking bronze blows upon the dusk air, Dorian Gray, dressed commonly, and with a muffler wrapped round his throat, crept quietly out of his house. In Bund Street he found a hansom with a good horse. He hailed it and in a low voice gave the driver an address. The man shook his head. "It is too far for me," he muttered. "Here is a sovereign for you," said Dorian. "All right, sir," answered the man. "You will be there in an hour," and after his fare had gotten he turned his horse round and drove rapidly towards the river. To be continued.